All right, James, you got to feel really good about getting this victory here in L.A. Second night of a back-to-back, and you guys played well.
Man, we finally getting the groove. You know, we really didn't have a lot of time during training camp, so we got to just pick it up on the way. And one thing we're going to rely on is our defense. So, you know, tonight is another great effort. We had big fella back, and we just got to keep it going from here.
And you talk about the defense. The Clippers are a tough team to defend. Blake Griffin's having a whale of a season, and you were guarding him at some times as well. Is it hard to get that defensive game plan set on a second night of a back-to-back?
Yeah, man. They're a really good team. He's strong. You know, they're a really good team. You know, so we wanted to come here and just battle, and we'll live with the results. And we came out with the victory. I was born there. Rest in peace. I wasn't even born there, though. You know, Hall of Famer.
But you got your rhythm going now. Thanks, James.
Steph, you created your largest lead in that fourth quarter, able to avoid a Houston comeback. What was the difference in those final minutes?
Just getting stops. The bench mob, started that fourth quarter off strong, getting stops and open up the game. And we know Houston's an explosive team, so you can't get discouraged by them making tough shots like Gerald Green did all night, Eric Gordon. They're talented, so you got to just stick with the program for 48 minutes.
See, some of us are old enough to remember the Warriors before Kevin Durant, but how does your mentality shift when he's not in the lineup?
I mean, we have strength in numbers, our next man up mentality, like we always say. But for myself, just try to be aggressive. You have a little bit more opportunity with the ball in your hand, and you just try to make the right play. And I don't want to say force the issue, but just be a little bit more aggressive.
How significant are regular season wins like this to help create separation from Houston in the Western Conference?
I mean, it's a long season. There's a lot of up and downs and emotional roller coaster. But when you have a chance to beat a great team, like you said, chase that #1 seed as we try to finish out the year strong, that's huge. And we want to have that home court advantage, and these games are meaningful.
I mean, you've had a great career, but this is some unfinished business. I mean, this is what you've always wanted, just never to get there, and you finally have the chance.
Of course. As I said, I really enjoy my situation with Jimmy. The goal that we have as a team is that we all understand what the situation is.
Come in this way.
How rarely those opportunities come around.
Holy smokes, it's crazy in here. Everybody in the other
Guys, I want to talk about first impressions. Yeah, what was your first impression of Shaquille O'Neal?
Well, it's almost like a rhino on there on the court to play against. A couple of years ago, I went to Africa to see a real rhino, but it's not much of a difference to a rhino.
My first impression of Yao was, who the f*** is this? Because he came in and I tried to hit him with a smooth finger roll move, blocked. Next play down, I tried to hit him with a fadeaway, blocked. Next time I tried to come up, dunk, blocked. First guy that blocked my shot 3 times in a row. So he's definitely the first guy I had to change how I played against him. And he's also the first guy to get it, turn around, look me right in the face, and just shoot right over me. So that's what I first thought of when I first thought of Yao.
Hey, I want to ask about your first impression of Shaq on the court.
Scary. This is the dude, though. You know what I mean? Even though you got that mentality, this is that one that you really admire and respect as dominant on both ends of the court. And I used to brag to my friends a lot and say, after we played the Lakers, I get to the crib and be like, yo, you seen how I laid Shaq, didn't you? You know what I mean? Like, you seen Shaq try to get that, and I put that thing high up off the glass on him. You know what I mean? And that gave me added confidence to myself, to whereas I felt like if I could score over Shaq, I can score over anybody.
Hey, LeBron, even though you led for most of this game, the Pacers were persistent. They wouldn't go away. It's a one-possession game with 36 seconds left. What were you telling your team?
Get a stop. And we got lucky. We gave up a wide-open 3 to Oladipo. and he missed it. I'd rather be on time and on target than being lucky. You know, so we got to do a better job late in games and not give up a shot like that. That's easily something he can make.
I know you love being a facilitator. Coach Lou told us before the game, I'm going to make sure he scores right from the get-go. You had the team's first 16 points. What was your mentality heading into this game?
Try to go back to Indiana, tie 1-1. You know, we haven't scored the ball like we were accustomed to doing, you know, so far in these 2 games. So I wanted to try to see if I had a good hand to start. My guys kept coming to me, and I was able to make a couple buckets to start the game.
LeBron, during this game, we got the really devastating news. The Spurs announced that Erin, Coach Popovich's wife, officially passed away. I know you're close with Pop. Any words or thoughts you'd like to share with him?
Fans, we hope you enjoyed your evening here with us tonight. We look forward to seeing you right back here at the Q on Friday for the Q Watch Party. It starts at 7 p.m. Stop by the ticket.
I mean, obviously I'm a huge Pop fan. I love Pop. That's such a tragedy, and you know, my best wishes goes out to Pop and his family. I know that's devastating news, and holy shit. It's just a lot. I mean, the NBA family, we all stick together. I know we compete every night, but something like this happens, it puts everything in perspective. So, you know, I send my well wishes and my prayers up to the heavens above. I know the man above never makes a mistake, even when you sometimes have to ask why. But that's just terrible news, and best of luck to Pop, man, and everybody in San Antonio, the whole Spurs family. That's all I can say, Allie.
LeBron, thank you so much for your time.
Here with Kobe Bryant, obviously being back in Philadelphia meant a lot to you. Can you put into words what this night was like for you?
I can't put it into words. This is beyond anything I could have dreamed of, the reception. It's just an amazing feeling.
As this comes to an end, as you've had days to reflect on your decision to retire at the end of the season, what's going through your mind?
I feel at peace, honestly, man. I feel great about it, and I just feel like going out there and playing as hard as I can, and for the games that we have left. I mean, I just feel great.
For those that ask, why did you make this decision now as opposed to before the season began, what do you say to them?
You know, the difference is that, you know, before the season and before I made the decision, I was always kind of leaving the door a little open, right, and saying, you know, if I plan on retiring unless something changes, right? And the thing about this decision, what I come to realize, is that you can't make this decision on outside influences or situations changing, whatever the case may be, health, whatever it is. It has to be an internal decision. And once I sat down and really looked inside, I said, do I want to do this, you know, for another year or so, or don't I? And the answer was, I don't. So why delay it?
We're going to talk a little bit about Harrison's shot and the comeback or the end there.
Yeah, I mean, it's sports. Sometimes, you know, they just took a lead on a broken play. Our ball first was in and out. They come down, we go for a block, and you know, Michael Green made a heck of a play flying in there. And then, you know, we got a little fortunate by putting 2 extra ticks on the clock that gave us time to catch and shoot. And Harrison just made a great play. I mean, the play was actually for Wes coming off. And, he wasn't there. HP just popped out and hoisted it up. And, I think we deserved it. We deserved it. Deserved to get a break this season after a couple tough losses so far. So I think we worked hard for it for this one, the second half. So we deserve to win.
How come you didn't dogpile him like everybody used to dogpile you?
You know, honestly, I wasn't sure if it counted, so I saved my energy. And then when they said it counted, I ran over there and gave him a big hug. So I wasn't quite sure if it was going to count or not. Just, you know. So it was a big play, much needed after, you know, now 2 days off. I think that makes Thanksgiving a lot better.
Russ, did you guys lose this game or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.